My name is JayPitts. I'm an artist from Detroit. I released a song called Jesus with Dreads, and it's really a playful but serious, kind of passive-aggressive approach to the topic of being okay in your own skin and culture, in a sense. Yeah. Every Sunday, Mom would make me go to Sunday school. She signed me in and dropped me off and said, "Don't act a fool." I ate my snack and sit with juice and sat with kids of my ages. We got the morning started with them coloring pages. 11:30 on the dot, that's when teaching starts. To teachers ready, watch a movie on the VCR. Making crafts up in class, singing songs there. I only knew the white Jesus with the long hair. So when I prayed, I saw that picture at night. Not just that Jesus was white, but he was white, and that's right. One day I colored him brown and kids were scratching their heads. They asked me, "Why you do that?" And I said, "I like my Jesus with dreads." Thinking of Jesus with this, Pantene conditioned hair. I like my Jesus with dreads, Pretty simple, pretty simple. And then, so please don't tell me how he's supposed to be. Shout out to Tierra for, doing the vocals behind that, because I'm not a vocalist. Don't tell me what he's supposed to look like. For all you Sunday school kids out there that's hating, to all you historical buffs out there, to the American, religious, invisible white hands that are trying to paint the world white, don't try to tell me what Jesus is supposed to look like. Because historically we know he ain't white. But if you can interpret him through your culture, I can. When I was born into this world, I had on aviators that made me see a certain way I wouldn't know till later. Everyone's the same in school, is what they told us. I guess that's why it's black kids using peach Crayolas, because there's something that we must have knew across the masses, that if we act a lighter color, then we pass our classes, or maybe see ourselves as capable of being average. I couldn't see myself correctly, so I broke the glasses. The filter that I'm seeing through is white. White this, white that, white is right. That's what that means. Kind of like being pulled out of the matrix, like I was seeing this way, and it wasn't until I got this reaction from not acting within the norm of the white is right that I realized, like, yo, something wrong with these glasses. A lot of my black friends, when we would color and do self-portraits, that would be the time where you see what they're thinking, because they would use tan, they would use peach. I did that for a little bit because there really wasn't a good melanin spectrum. Number one, you had tan, brown, and then black in the Crayola box. I mean, let's just be honest. Same glasses had me looking at my own funny. Like they the thieving type that you would never loan money. And they the lazy type that never work to hold money, because they lack knowledge and don't know enough to know money. But in black culture, dog, I realize it's a false perception. But in my people here today, you see the same reflection. Take off them glasses and break them boys into pieces. My little nephews and nieces resemble how I like my Jesus with dreads. Sit and listen, see this from my position. Whites are the richest, white politicians. Whites are physicians helping blacks in the movies. Whites played Egyptians, but they black. That ain't cool, see? People act like Egypt ain't black people. People act like Egypt was just a bunch of light-skinned, dusky people, okay? When you look in the movies and in the cartoons, you don't see no black features. And a part of me is like, yo, is that because they're trying to steal away like some of the greatness that we contributed to the way that the world works now, and to the way that a lot of history is in favor of black people? I don't know. I grew up seeing whites as images of success, ashamed to feel my dark from subliminal messages. So I learned to hate myself for the people that caused the stress, but I learned to hate the evil, the system that did its best to keep a brother down. I know I do not stand alone here as a color brown, so if you black and you still happy, hold each other down. We ain't gonna be what they said, no, we gonna rise up instead. I like my Jesus with dreads. How we're represented in movies, how we're represented in commercials, how we're represented on the news, that's a big one. All these subliminal messages that make me feel ashamed. You can either hate yourself or you can hate the people that are causing that. Man, I really hate myself then. I'm gonna suck in my lips, I'm gonna trim my nose, I'm gonna lighten my skin. Or forget all these white people. I feel like the third response is the best response, and it's to say, wow, this is all evil. I recognize that my race and culture is starving for affirmation and worth and promotion, so I'm gonna focus on that because it needs to be focused on. But at the same time, I'm not gonna shade the worth of your culture because I believe that each culture has worth and ability to contribute to this world. Kind of like a puzzle in a sense. Everybody needs each other. But the moment we start elevating one in a way that doesn't complement the other or dominates the other is when, number one, you're doing your own culture wrong. But number two, we get in a place where, you know, there's a lot of wars, there's been a lot of bloodshed on that altar. It's just a little skit of a phone call. And there's a guy trying to reach Jesus. Somebody picks up. He's like, hello? Can I speak to Jesus? And it's like, I got two questions, Jesus. Is you white or is you black? And the other question is Tupac dead for real? Because at the end of the day, I recognize where we're at as a culture. I recognize who we are as a culture. And man, if we don't rep God and Tupac, man, God and Pac, you know, Black Jesus and Tupac. So I just figured it would be cool to tie it together to know, like, you know, like people got all these theories. And when I get to heaven, I'm gonna ask God this. And for me, my interpretation of my race, I feel like, you know, in this country, you know, that might be some popular questions, you know, at the gate, you know. Okay, for real though, Jesus, was you white? And Tupac, like, did he go to Mexico or like, is heaven got to get him? You know what I'm saying? Jesus with Dreads is available for purchase on iTunes, on Amazon, on Google Play, and for streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon MP3, Pandora, and Shazam. Yeah, let's have a conversation about it.
One day I colored them brown and kids were scratching their heads. They asked me why you do that, and I said I like my Jesus with dreads.